Hey everybody, I want to teach you an awesome new reading strategy. We are going to learn today to summarize. And it is so important that you as a good reader know how to summarize. That means remembering what you read and being able to pick out the important details in a story. So I have a fun strategy that will make this easier. All you have to remember is SWBST. And this is what it stands for. Someone wanted, but so then. You say it. Someone wanted, but so then. Yep. Someone wanted, but so then. Now, when you are reading a story, fiction story, this strategy is a simple way to summarize. So here's how it works. After you read, you think about who is the someone in the story that the story is mostly about? Who is the main character? So a lot of times there's a bunch of different characters, but most of the time there's one really important one, okay? The next part, the wanted, is kind of like that wish we talked about last week. What did the character want? What was the character's wish? The but part is the problem, okay? What went wrong? What is keeping that character from just getting what they want? The so part is how did that character try to solve the problem? So that's kind of like the events we talked about last week. So how did the character try to solve the problem? Last, the then is kind of like that circle at the end of our shape organizer. It's kind of the ending. You want to talk about how did that character finally solve the problem? Or what was the resolution, meaning like the ending. All right? We're going to try it with a book called Bootsy Barker Bites. So I paused that video. I was hoping to show it to you on my camera, but I guess I can't switch between the two. So I will hold it up and read it to you, okay? So this is called Bootsy Barker Bites. Let's see if I can get it right close for you. So your first step in summarizing is actually reading the text. So my mother and Bootsy Barker's mother are best friends. When Mrs. Barker comes to visit, she always brings chocolate donuts, fresh strawberries, and Bootsy. First, we have a tea party. Then my mother tells Bootsy and me to play in my room. I tried to go get Bootsy interested in my book about turtles, but Bootsy hates turtles. You're a turtle, howls Bootsy, and I'm a turtle-eating dinosaur. My mother calls, play nicely, girls. Bootsy yells, we are. I can't yell anything. It's time for the Barkers to go home. We'll be back tomorrow, says Mrs. Barker cheerfully. I tell my mother I don't like playing with Bootsy Barker. My mother tells me I have to learn to get along with all kinds of people. I go to bed and dream that Mrs. Barker moves far away and takes Bootsy with her. But Mrs. Barker and Bootsy never go anywhere except the park, the grocery store, and our house. It's so nice you girls can be friends, says Mrs. Barker, as Bootsy leads me to my room. I let Bootsy look at my pet salamander, Charlene. But Bootsy hates salamanders. You're a salamander, screams Bootsy, and I'm a salamander-eating dinosaur. Mrs. Barker knocks on the bedroom door. It's time for Bootsy to go home. Tomorrow, says Bootsy, you get to be a worm. That night I dream that Bootsy accidentally falls off the edge of the world. I try to save her, but it's too late. In the morning, my mother says she has a wonderful surprise. Bootsy will be staying overnight at our house while her parents are in Chicago. I picture Charlene and me being rushed to the hospital with dinosaur bites. When my mother asks me what Bootsy and I would like for snacks, I can't stand it anymore. Bootsy Barker is a dinosaur, I shout, and she's planning to eat me alive. My mother looks surprised. Sweetheart, she says, tell Bootsy you don't want to play that game. I go to my room and think it over. Charlene and I spend the morning inventing a new game. The doorbell rings. It's the Barkers dropping off Bootsy the dinosaur. Hello, little worm, says Bootsy. I stand up and look Bootsy in the eye. Pardon me, Bootsy. I'm not a worm. I'm a paleontologist. And do you know what they do? They hunt for dinosaur bones. Would you like to play? Bootsy runs out the front door. She wants to go with her parents. Mrs. Barker says Bootsy will have more fun if she stays at our house. Bootsy throws a tantrum on our sidewalk. So Bootsy's parents take Bootsy to Chicago, which means I don't have to wish Bootsy takes a rocket to outer space. Although, if she does, it's fine with me. Okay, so let's just take a quick minute to fill in our summary. Remember, we want to summarize after we read. So think about, who is our someone in this story? Who is the main character? In other words, who is the character that really wants something? Okay? Yes, you're right. It's the little girl. I don't think we find out her name, so you can just call her the girl. Right? Okay, what did she want? What did that little girl want? You're right, yes. So she just wanted to play nicely, right? She wanted a friend that would play nicely. Or maybe she just wanted Bootsy not to come over. What was keeping her from playing nicely? What was the problem in the story? Do you remember? What did Bootsy keep wanting to do? Yeah, she kept wanting to play dinosaur, and her dinosaur would always eat the little girl, so that wasn't fun. Yeah, so after she played dinosaur, remember, she was always she wasn't playing very nice, right? Right. So, how did the character try to solve that problem? Do you remember what she did? Who did she talk to? Yeah, she talked to Mom. Remember, she told her mom, I don't like the way she's playing. And Mom said, well, then you need to tell her you don't like that game. Okay. Then what happened? What happened at the end? How did she solve that problem? What did she do? Yes, at the end, remember, she came up with a good idea. She was a paleontologist. And paleontologists dig up and look for dinosaur bones. So that scared Bootsy away, right? Paleontologist. That's a big word. I'm not sure I'm fitting it on my Post-it. I'll squeeze it in. Paleontologist. And then remember, Bootsy, the resolution, the very end, ran away. Yes. So notice when you're doing your somebody wanted, but so if you're writing it, you just kind of take notes about each part. All right. And then you have a quick, easy summary. So if someone said to you, hey, what's that book about, Bootsy Barker Bites? Instead of saying every single part, that would take a long time, you would just say, oh, it's about a little girl. She really wants her friend to play nicely, but her friend Bootsy instead keeps playing dinosaur and attacking her. So she tries to solve her problem by talking to her mom, but that doesn't really work because Bootsy won't listen. So she comes up with the idea to be a paleontologist and attack the dinosaur. So Bootsy runs away. All right, friends,